Have you been to California? Seen the sights and people there? Walked the streets of sleepy sea towns, tasted salty ocean air.
In today's show, not New York, not old Yorkshire,
but York, Maine is today's destination.
Aha, so no more R's for Grace.
Maybe. First up, there's nothing better than visiting a friend from afar and enjoying their awesome hospitality and sharing how music and entertainment can bring people together from all around the world.
Okay, and we will also discover America's first incorporated city and how British impressment, a nice way to avoid saying imprisonment, led President Thomas Jefferson to sink their thriving commerce.
And going back another 100 years, if the white man's infectious diseases didn't do enough to the locals, the wars between the Americans, British, and French wiped out most indigenous Native Americans.
King Philip's War is the first of 6 wars in Maine that last nearly a century. During this time, European powers struggling for world dominance often use Maine as a bargaining chip, dragging Maine's French, English, and native populations into their conflicts.
On a lighter note, we will check out York's local beaches and share a few exciting spots of some of the frisky sun worshippers frolicking in the sand. How about that?
Really? Okay, well, surf's up. Let's dive into the show.
Hi, I'm Michael.
And I'm Grace.
And
we
we're
are
California Travel Videos.
So York is an hour's drive from North Boston, with a modest population of 12,000 residents, gets its namesake from northern Yorkshire, another thriving transportation hub.
Boy, well, how about that? During the summertime, tourists descend into the city of York from all directions, with over 40,000 additional tourists arriving to enjoy the cool oceanfront property, especially their beautiful long sand beach. And with that, the beautiful comes sightseeing. Yeah. So some say there's nothing quite like a gorgeous shapely bonds wearing nothing but their smiles in the daytime. But according to local ordinances, it's only up to 6 p.m.
Really? Well, I suppose beauty must be in the eyes of the beholder.
Oops, sorry, wrong photo. Here's an action shot of blondes and brunettes running wild in the surf.
Really?
Yes. And while labs are great companions, I'm more of a husky kind of guy.
Sorry, guys. Looks like Yolanda's already been taken.
Oh, well, here we are on beautiful York Beach. Just an hour's north of Boston. Grace has a friend here that we are going to see and have some Maine lobster.
Yes, Creta. I finally get to meet her in person, so I will ditch the Queen's English for now.
Okay, Grace, tell us more about how you came to know Creta some 3,000 miles away.
Okay, well, the internet, of course.
I
think I met Creta in about 2008, and American Idol was on its 7th season. I was already a seasoned pro fangirl and participated in previous fan groups. Season 7 took us to a whole new level.
Aha, I hear yet another Jason story, I do believe, coming down?
You do. Oh yeah, Jason Castro. We had one of the biggest fan bases ever that year. We met people from all over the world, and there must have been at least 100 of us that stayed in touch. Creta and I have always had so much in common. We even met our significant others about the same time.
How about that? So she is into music, I take it?
She's definitely into music, and she's also a fabulous artist. I will link her Facebook below, but let me show you just a little.
We are at the Lobster Cove in North Beach. York Beach. And hi. What you got there?
I got lobster.
Yumma, lobster. And Grace, what do you have?
Got my bib on because I'm going to dig in. Lobster, baby.
Who won, you or the lobster?
Well, apparently me.
Okay, we're off. Stay tuned.
Here are some beautiful cards that she does of beach scenes. She
Nice
lives
pastels.
right by the beach.
Cool.
And, you know, did I hit you?
Yeah, this is getting tickled my fancy.
Also, these beautiful glasses. We'll fill those up in a little while and have a little drink to toast Creta.
I will drink to that. Frida, to you.
Creta with a C.
Creta.
Like Creedence Clearwater
I've been distracted
Revival.
with pointing my ears.
Okay.
Well, Creta is definitely a keeper, and she proved that the South has nothing on the Northern hospitality. So mucho thanks, Creta. So now let's have a quickie lesson on the Queen's speech, that is. We need to learn the proper speech.
Well, let me get serious and take off my hat.
Ah. Well, R is the first sound we're going to practice, and in phonetics it's represented by this symbol. When you're looking through dictionaries and you see those funny symbols, that's what these are. Say it again, R. Now put a T sound at the end of it. R, T. Together, art. It's this one, art. Put a H sound at the beginning, R, then T sound at the end. All together, heart. Which word did you say? This one. K, R, all together, car. American English, car. British English, car. How about W or war? This word. F or for. This word. Put H or then a S sound at the end. All together, horse. Say it with me, horse.
So Grace, here's one for you. Try, I walk to work from Yorkshire to the Art Museum at New Hampshire. Are you ready for it?
I walk from Yorkshire to the New Hampshire Art Show.
I think it's Shaw.
New Hampshire Art Store.
Ta-ta.
You know, you will get stuck talking like this.
It is very true.
So we are going to head up to Bahaba, and while we do, we're going to look at some of the other history in York.
So righto, chops. I'm game, but if we keep talking like this, I fear we won't be able to stop. Are we going to get some lobster rolls and perhaps some clam chowder?
I do believe indubitably.
So before we close, I'd like to share a bit about Yorkshire's interesting history. Okay, here we go. In 1642, Fernando Jorge was granted charter to Maine County by King Charles I and was bestowed the title of Father of English colonization in North America, ruling from afar. Alas, Sir Fernando never set foot in the New World at all. Ta-ta! Nearing the end of his life, and unable to turn Maine into a feudal society with peasant serfs, Jorge sold his family's Jorge's.
Isn't it George?
George's?
George's.
A George? I thought that was like a different kind of George.
Honey, we're in California now.
Okay.
This is back east. It's
Okay.
George.
Ferdinando Gorges. Ferdinando Gorges.
Ferdinando Gorges. Ferdinando Gorges.
Jorge George's, it's only an enunciation. Anyway, they had their family's multi-generational claim sold to Massachusetts trading colony for a mere 1,200 pounds of silver. So far, so good for the York locals, with notables like merchant John Hancock were thriving financially.
Well, meanwhile, the Indian tribes were known to have their territorial skirmishes, but leave it to the white men to really stir things up. Over the years, the local Abenaki tribe joined with
The Abenakis?
Abenaki joined with the
Wabanakis?
Wabanaki.
Grace, these are cars that are on the East Coast that the Indians built. Do you know? Haven't you ever driven a Wabanaki?
Plan B. Despite overtaking the colonists, the British commerce ships continued going back and forth to the key eastern seaports like York.
Powerful you have become. The dark side I sense in you.
And on the side, the English enticed more than 3,000 local slaves to hop aboard their ships, find freedom by resettling, and work in Nova Scotia, Canada.
They got out of Dodge, it sounds like.
This time the bloody British would come ashore and held captive younger Americans aboard their ships, a term called impressment.
At the top of a growing list of grievances, impressment of Americans by the British Navy.
And like a sergeant of arms, the captured Americans were forced to fight aboard the British ships against other countries. So much for winning the war.
Britain was fighting the Napoleonic Wars, in conflict with France, and needed more men to supplement their navy. The American independence was still recent, and U.S. seamen were on their guard. Their accents were still British, and they may have been born in Britain, which in the eyes of the Royal Navy still made them British. As a result, up to 15,000 American citizens were impressed into the Royal Navy. This aggression, alongside other factors, led to the United States government declaring war on Britain, causing the War of 1812.
Come on, sailor girl. Well, Shanghai, I say. Now, I guess it's not really Shanghai. That came later. But not so cool, said our third president, Thomas Jefferson. He quickly put an end to this by enacting the Embargo Act, stopping all trade with the bloody British. And with that, so ended York's thriving British trade, a claim to its capital status.
This embargo was not very popular, especially in the commercial states, these mid-Atlantic states, and in New England.
And most everyone lived happily thereafter.
Or at least ascended to happy hunting grounds.
When I met you, I was blind.
Uh-oh, tight call.
I don't think.
Bah humbug. I mean, bah hubba.
Bahaba. There's a souvenir. My spoon is in there.
Jump out.
Yeah?
Duck and roll, baby.
I'm in duck and roll?
Yes.
And then what?
I don't know. Got the front door here.
I know that.
I can loop around for you. Go. Go, 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 go.
I'm trying.
Bail.
See ya.
It was fun.
Ice cream.
I don't wanna leave so.
And there she goes. Beautiful places around here at Bar Harbor, right behind the harbor.
I'm just trying to say, I'm just trying to play it good.
Oh, look at that.
I wanna give you everything, nothing less will do. All of my life was at breakfast to you. Oh, I'm just trying to play it good like you. Oh, I'm just trying to play it good like you, yeah.
And I guess like any seaport, you need some protection. These don't look like your typical cannons, though. Huh. They're huge. Gotta take a look and see the size of these. They were big boys. And I think that must be Port Authority right there, since we're near the international border of Canada. So, I should actually start rating each of these RV parks as we stay, or where we spend our nights. So, Hadley's Point Campground, 33 Hadley Point Road, Bahaba, Maine. And I'm going to give it a 4 stars. I see that the average reviews were 3 stars. I'm a little bit better than that. I think for $40, it seems pretty reasonable. Bar Harbor, Maine. Grace, we have found it. Are you happy, camper?
I'm a happy camper. We are at Bahaba. Check.
Check. Grace, we made it to the end, and so did you all.
Yay! I hope you enjoyed our journey through the beautiful York, Maine, and Bahaba. We're headed next for beautiful Acadia. We hope you join us. Make sure to hit that like button and that follow button, but in the interim.
Wait a second. Thumbs up. I want shares. Eat your veggies. Work hard.
And try not to get lost or killed. But in the interim,
yes,
we are going to celebrate. And we are going to use Creta's beautiful wine glasses to enjoy some of our
Here, let me make sure the moon is showing on the front there.
Rutherford wine.
Rutherford. Is that like up by Acadia National Park?
No, that's here on the West Coast.
Oh, it's a West Coast wine.
We're having our East Coast glass with our West Coast wine.
Well, here's to you all, and especially to Krita. Thank you for the awesome time, and to the wonderful people in Maine.
Yes, it was absolutely fabulous. We can't wait to come back and do it again. But until then,
happy trails to you until we meet again.
Until
Peace
we
out.
meet again.
Bye for now.
Oh, let me share a little tip before we go.
Oh, sure.
If you really want to do good wine tasting, you plug one of your nostrils and you. Aha. See?
What happens when you plug both of your nostrils?
That defeats the purpose. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.